Unlucky 13, my stroke. I've been running for years, no problems at all, just injuries, niggles, you name it. Leading up to this day, nothing, absolutely nothing. Running fine, occasional things, misoverstriding and things like that. The only freaky thing that I had was Strava data, spikes in HR, but apart from that, fantastic, felt great, fine, lovely weather, calm, perfect conditions for a race. First raced in some time. So I'll tell you the story. So yeah, precisely 3 weeks ago. And I'd started off well, ticked off the first mile, nice, comfortable, just under 6 minute mile. Conservative pace, I felt fine, this is great. Sub 37 minute target. Well, it was a home banker really. And then 3 hours later, I was unable to stand and lying in a resuscitation ward awaiting a CT scan mentally. In bits really. Back to the race though. Passing my target time in the middle of the second mile, my left leg began to twitch. Spasm, I thought, wow, it seems strange. Occasional. Get this in like cold weather, but I don't know, it's a lovely day really. Anyway, I pressed on until finally my left leg was shaking uncontrollably. Something that just seemed so strange. I just didn't have any control over it at all. I was doing so well, I just carried on, pushed on. But I pushed on and my pace started to drop and people started to pass me and, well, morale started to dip, and I just thought this is something that I need to address. So in the end, I just pulled to the side. I kind of sat down on the ground and just sat there really for a few seconds. Remarkably stopped my stopwatch and just looked up and watched the race go past, just watching people just disappear into the distance. But even the first aid team, when they finally arrived, had no idea. They gave me all the assessments they could, you know. Lift your arm up, everything, fast, facial drop, arms, speech, everything was fine. Absolutely nothing was out of place. They looked at each other thinking, is he faking it? You know, is it just an injury? They just kept asking me the same question. Anyway, they tried to get me to stand and get me into the car, and then they realised that this leg wasn't going anywhere. It just collapsed on me. It was just not going to work. So I just kind of decided that I've got to tell them everything and make them aware that this is something a little bit beyond their knowledge. Again, they looked at each other, confused, and decided to get all the equipment out of the car they needed. They covered me up, kept me warm. They said, we've had to call for an ambulance, which I was quite reluctant at the time. Obviously, I didn't want to make a scene. I didn't really want to tell my family because I thought that this thing would pass, but no, all sorts of emotions, like tears when the sirens went on. And but they got me there within probably 35-40 minutes. I was in Northampton General, and I rushed in for a CT scan, and the diagnosis was confirmed as a hemorrhagic stroke, brain hemorrhage, bleed on the brain. Not a big one, luckily, a small one, but yeah. I had to face reality. What turned out to be, or was a good day, turned out to be a really bad day, worst day of my life. 3 weeks later, well, I'm feeling better. I'm beginning to move about and everything. But at the time, it took me a week before I could stand. And this stroke really is unlucky, and unlucky for the 13% that actually get a brain hemorrhage, and unlucky for the people that are trying to address the problem and have no knowledge of addressing. But anyway, 3 weeks on, I'm just about up and mobile. As you can see from the footage that I'm positive. I've had so much in a way of family, friends, hospital staff, absolutely superb. I've made friends in hospital, friends for life hopefully. Overwhelmed by all the Facebook messages, phone calls from people, it's been absolutely fantastic really. But going ahead, it's the mental issues really, the biggest scars. I feel like I've got to a point in my life where I've climbed the mountain and I'm supposed to be admiring the view, and now I'm falling down the other side. So hopefully mentally I can get fixed up. Physically I feel quite good, positive, fantastic. Things are moving quickly. I've been out, went out my first trip out to Geddington the other day. Fantastic place. I used to fly through there on 10-mile runs, and fantastic feeling. But watching people's pity and sympathy for me was really kind of bizarre, I never thought this had happened to me, and all my family, friends never thought it would happen to me, but it can, and it's a spontaneous bleed. But anyway, I've got to take that on board mentally and move on, and let's just hope I can help anyone else who's listening to this, who can be bothered to listen to this. It's going on a bit, I know, but it means a lot to me, and I hope it can help anyone else. So again, I thank everybody, absolutely everybody. You've been my salvation, and let's just carry it on forward. Thanks a lot.